I don't remember much about the drive to the airport, just the rain slapping against the windshield and the sound of her voice echoing in my head like a broken record. Does everything always have to be about your mom, Ethan? God, her cancer is depressing. We're supposed to be excited for Vegas. That word, depressing, hit harder than any scream could have. My mother, the woman who raised me on double shifts and sleepless nights, was lying in a hospital bed back in Cedar Falls. Stage 4. Her body had become a battlefield of tubes and needles. And the woman sitting next to me, the one who vowed to love me in sickness and in health, had just called my mother's dying days an inconvenience. 1. The breaking point. It started 2 weeks earlier, when Mom's oncologist called with the update no one ever wants. The treatment isn't working anymore, Ethan. It's time to prepare. I'd been sitting in the living room, laptop open, half listening to Jenna talk about her bachelorette weekend plans in Vegas with her friends. When I hung up, I must have gone pale because she frowned. What happened? It's Mom, I said quietly. The chemo isn't working. The doctor said she might have maybe a few months left. There was a pause. She blinked, lips parting slightly. For a moment, I thought she'd say something comforting, something human. Instead, she sighed. So, does that mean we can't go to Vegas? I stared at her. What? I'm just asking, she said defensively. You know, because you'll probably need to be there with her, right? That's the first thing you think of. I asked, my voice shaking. She raised her hands. Ethan, come on. It's not that I don't care about your mom, but we've been planning this for months. I just don't want everything to be cancelled because of, this. She said it like my mother's life was a scheduling conflict. That night, I slept on the couch for the first time in our marriage. To the pretender. For the next few days, Jenna pretended to care. She'd sit next to me while I scrolled through hospital updates, muttering things like, poor thing, or she's so strong. But she never once asked to visit. When I brought it up, do you want to see Mom this weekend? She made excuses. Hospitals make me anxious. I don't want to catch anything. She probably doesn't even remember me. The truth was simpler. My mother's pain didn't fit the glossy, curated version of life Jenna liked to post online. Her world was built around brunches, vacations, and filters, where everything had to look happy. My mother's illness was a stain on that image, and stains didn't belong in Jenna's feed. Breathe the call. 3 days before our flight to Vegas, I got a call from Mom's nurse. She's asking for you, the nurse said softly. She's been weaker this week. I told Jenna I wanted to postpone the trip. She lost it. Ethan, this is ridiculous. She's stable, isn't she? We deserve one weekend of fun. You've been so gloomy lately. It's honestly making me crazy. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. She's dying, Jenna. My mom is dying. Her lips tightened. And what do you want me to do about it? Cry with you every night. Cancel my one vacation this year. The silence that followed was long and sharp. I remember looking at her, really looking, and realizing that somewhere along the way I'd fallen in love with a mask. The woman I married wasn't cruel by accident. She was cruel by nature, and I'd been too blind to see it. For the Vegas incident, we went anyway. I told myself it might be good to clear my head, but deep down, I knew I was testing something. Testing her. At the airport, she wore a sequined top and a wide grin. Babe, let's forget about everything, okay? Vegas is for fun. I forced a smile. Sure. On the plane, she laughed with her friends, ordered champagne and snapped selfies. I sat by the window, scrolling through texts from my sister. Mom's breathing is shallow today. She keeps asking when you're coming back. Every word felt like a knife. When we landed, she wanted to hit the casino first. I said I needed to take a call. It was my sister again. Mom was slipping. I think it's time, my sister whispered. I hung up, my vision blurring. When I turned, Jenna was standing there, irritated. Are you crying again? She asked. God, Ethan, can you please not do this here? People are staring. That was it. Something inside me snapped. not in anger but in clarity. 5. The decision. I told her I'd book us a room while she grabbed our luggage. She nodded, distracted, scrolling through her phone. Instead, I walked to the nearest taxi stand. I could still hear her voice behind me. "Ethan? Where are you going?" But I didn't turn around. I got in a cab and asked the driver to take me back to the airport. The whole ride, I replayed every red flag I'd ignored. The way she'd mocked my sister for being too emotional. The way she'd rolled her eyes when I brought flowers to Mom's hospital room. The way she never once said I'm sorry. By the time we reached the airport, I'd made up my mind. I opened my phone, sent her a message, and blocked her right after. "You said my mother's cancer was depressing for Vegas. You were right, it ruined the trip. For you." Then I turned off my phone and bought a ticket home. 6. The fallout. When I landed in Cedar Falls that night, my sister was waiting in the car, her face pale but calm. "She's still holding on," she said. I went straight to the hospital. Mom was half asleep, her hand cold but steady in mine. "Hey, Mom," I whispered. Her eyelids fluttered. "You made it," she said weakly. "I knew you would." I spent the night by her bed. She passed away just before sunrise. I didn't cry, not at first. I just sat there, numb, listening to the sound of the machines fading into silence. When I finally turned my phone back on, it exploded with notifications. Dozens of missed calls. Dozens of angry texts. "How could you leave me here? You're insane, Ethan. Do you know how humiliating this is? You need to come back right now." And then the last one, short, desperate. "Please. I don't have anywhere to go." I stared at the screen for a long time, then deleted every message. 7. The aftermath. Weeks passed. Friends reached out, half concerned, half curious. "Dude, what happened in Vegas? She posted that you abandoned her. She's saying you're unstable." I didn't respond. I didn't need to. People like Jenna eventually reveal themselves. She tried to come back, of course. She showed up at my apartment once, eyes swollen, voice trembling. "I didn't mean it, Ethan. I was just stressed. I love your mom. I loved her." I looked at her, really looked. There was no remorse, just fear. Fear of losing comfort. "Love isn't what you say," I told her quietly. "It's what you do when no one's watching." She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. Closed the door. Moving forward. Grief is a strange thing. It doesn't vanish, it just changes shape. Some days it's a dull ache. Other days it's a wave that knocks you flat. But pain has a way of cleansing too. Strips away illusions. Mom used to say, "You learn the truth about people when life stops being convenient." I used to think she was just being cynical. Now I know she was being wise. I started spending more time at the community garden she loved. On weekends, I'd plant marigolds in her memory. She always said they were stubborn flowers like us. One afternoon, as I was watering them, my sister joined me. "She would have been proud of you," she said softly. I smiled faintly. "Maybe. I just wish I'd seen through Jenna sooner." "She fooled everyone," my sister said. "But you made the right choice." 9. The last message. A few months later I got a letter in the mail. No return address, just my name in shaky handwriting. It was from Jenna. "I don't expect you to forgive me. I've been staying at a friend's place since you left me at the airport. I lost my job. I don't blame you for any of it. You were right. I didn't know what love was. I thought it was attention or fun or escape. I didn't know it was showing up when it hurts. I hope your mom is resting in peace. I hope you are too." I folded the letter and tucked it into Mom's old photo album. Not out of nostalgia but closure. She was gone from my life, just like the pain that had once chained me to her. 10. Epilogue. Sometimes late at night I think about that moment at the airport. The rain, her sequined top, the empty suitcase spinning on the carousel. I used to feel guilty for walking away. For leaving her stranded. Now, I understand that leaving wasn't cruelty. It was survival. Because love without empathy isn't love. It's convenience dressed as devotion. And when someone calls your mother suffering depressing, what they're really saying is that your heart, your pain, and your humanity are an inconvenience. So yes, I left her homeless at the airport. Not because I stopped loving her, but because I finally started loving myself.